I got something to show you. This video is sponsored by 17 Hats. I'm sweating. Canon has finally made all my personal dreams come true, because obviously that's what matters here. They have created a RF version of the 135mm that I love so much. I made a whole video about it and called it the secret lens. But this one is even better, so much better than the EF version. Let's get into all of these specs about this lens. If you're looking to make money in photography and not pull your hair out trying to manage everything as a business owner, you're gonna need 17 Hats. 17 Hats is an online client management system, and it also has an app that's gonna help you make sure that all of your clients are happy and paying you. One of the great things about 17 Hats is you can get started without putting a credit card in. You get the first 3 clients that you put in 17 Hats absolutely free. So they have plans that cost absolutely nothing when you're first starting out, then as low as about $13 and going up from there depending on how much you need. It can create workflows for you so you don't forget to deliver or produce anything for your clients. It also helps you answer client leads with lead capture forms that you can embed anywhere, online schedulings, and call flow. Your calendar is practically going to be filled automatically. It's also going to help you get paid with invoices and contracts right in the program, along with being able to set up invoice reminders, online payments, and even recurring invoicing and billing for those customers that need to pay you on a continual basis. It's complete with financial reporting and even has bookkeeping within the system, so you can connect your banks and really keep track of every little thing that's going on in your business. And don't worry, you don't have to start from scratch. 17 Hats has a marketplace where you can purchase already existing workflows, including email templates like mine, right there to get you started. I've been using 17 Hats for the better part of a decade, and I absolutely could not live without it. Now back to this, whatever we're watching. This is an L series lens, which means it has the best glass that Canon puts on their photo lenses. Not only is it the beautiful focal length of 135, but instead of being an f2 like the EF version, it's f1.8. And that's not where all the differences stop. The RF 135 has image stabilization, up to 5.5 stops if you have it alone, but if you pair it with a camera that has image stabilization like the Canon R5, then you get up to 8 stops, which is kind of nice, especially at a long focal length. This lens is letting in just a little bit more light because it goes down to f1.8 instead of f2 like the EF version. And it's got button controls on the lens. And of course the control ring that I think every single RF lens has. It's great. It is the one that makes the little noise, but the buttons, not my gumdrop buttons. Let me talk about the buttons. The buttons on this lens you can pretty much customize to any camera function, like getting to your white balance settings or your focus settings really quickly. Now what I use this button for, what I immediately knew I was going to program it to and did, is to change my aspect ratio. Since the Canon R5 came out, I have loved being able to change my aspect ratio with the 135 on to a 1:6 crop. Yes, I know it's a digital zoom effectively, but I love being able to do that in camera and still ending up with like an 18 megabyte file. It's perfect for me for weddings and just zooming in different spots when I can't move in with my feet. Plus, it also lets me not have a 70-200 in my bag, which is just heavier and takes up more room. All reasons why I have loved the 135 focal length, and that specific feature is perfect for me to program my button. This is a 9 bleed aperture, so your bokeh will be super smooth, and the quality glass that's here, the image quality that you're going to get out of this lens is absolutely superior to the EF version. You know what, let's just compare the two versions. Hey, can you stop right there and I can tell you just a little secret? I have something called Photo Insiders that you might want to be a part of. Photo Insiders is a master educational community for photographers where you will learn the ins and outs of things like posing, lighting, flash, continuous lighting, and a mix of all of them. With new educational videos every single month, behind the scenes and on location shoots with real clients, not models. This is just fun stuff. Watch how I troubleshoot my way out of situations situations.
Did that flash?
See my camera settings and see my images raw as they come out of the camera. Exclusive content that you will not see anywhere else. High-speed sync allows you to rate. You could watch a million YouTube videos and still not get your questions answered. But within the community of photo insiders, you'll be able to ask your questions that I will answer in live group coaching calls. Never feel lost or frustrated behind the camera again, but instead confidently create the photos that you envision every single time. Inside the community, you can also talk shop and collaborate with other photographers, so you can not only elevate your craft together, but boost your marketing and overall business too. You'll have access to all of my bonus materials, things like contracts and my email templates that are sure to put money in the bank. I wish I had something like this 20 years ago when I first started learning photography. Join my exclusive community at Photo Insiders and learn alongside a group of creatives that are going to help you elevate your craft. See you there. Now, admittedly, the RF version of this lens is a little bit heavier, coming at 2.03 pounds, while the EF version is 1.65. However, you have to take into account that if you're really going to compare the two, you have to put the adapter on the old 135, and that does weigh something. The adapter with the control ring is about 0.25 of a pound. So if you put those together, your real comparison is 1.9 to 2.03. It's pretty much the same, and you're getting so much more out of this lens. If you are deciding whether you want to upgrade your EF version to the RF, I would a bazillion % say yes. Do it. It will be so worth it with the image stabilization, the control ring, the control button. It's just a itty bit little more heavy, but it's a 1.8 instead of an f2. Absolutely worth the purchase. Now, I don't actually know how much it is right now because I was not told, but I do know it's a pretty penny. It is over $2,000, and hopefully I'm doing this and you see the actual price right here on the bottom because we know it by the time we posted this video. So with that in mind, it's kind of double what the EF version is, but really the quality is just there. It absolutely is. And for me, it's one of my most used lenses, so it's a no-brainer to upgrade. Of course, you have your hood. I don't really use hoods, to be honest. I know I should use them, crisper image, and it protects the lens, but call me crazy, I just like when that beautiful flare ekes in, or that gorgeous rainbow. I think it's really, really pretty. So yeah, I know, I don't really put a lens hood on. You can hear that one in the comments. The minimum focusing distance is 2.3 feet, so you're not gonna get super close to anything, but you're not supposed to with a 135. And the max magnification is 0.26. So it's not like it's a macro lens, it's not supposed to be. It's in its own class and it's beautiful. Trust me. Let's start pixel peeping here and do a little bit of editing here. This was one of my favorites because without the lens hood, you get this rainbow, which I know is technically incorrect, but I just love it. This is one of my favorite bases between this one and Fresh and Clean. Actually, ooh, I don't even, oh, and Light and Airy looks really good too. Oh my gosh, that's just done with one click. Let's move on to another one. This picture to me definitely needs to be my faded black and white. And then I think just we're gonna up the exposure a little bit. Ooh, maybe a lot of it. I can add film grain, which I think is going to be fun for this one. Yeah, definitely adding that film grain. Oh, and I gotta do one more thing for you, retouching. So you can hit K, or you can just come over here and to your local adjustment brushes, and we're gonna come here and I'm gonna go with Soften Skin. And we can do retouching right here in Lightroom. Just a little bit of pop. It's nothing crazy, but it's just cleaning up an image. I mean, you can really see it in her eyes. Watch when I take it off. Her eyes don't pop nearly as much versus when I have it on. Let's do Light and Airy. But what we want to do, we're going to go back into that local adjustment brush, creating new mask. We're going to do a linear gradient. We're going to use the sun flare one. And then we can use a linear gradient to just bring in our sun flare right from there, and then, you know, do another linear gradient with the sun flare and pull it in on the other side if you want to. But again, it's just, see, before and after, just adding a different element. Anyway, back to the video. I think that's it. I think those are all the things. I love this lens. I'm keeping it forever.
Canon needs it back. Right?
What?
They need it back right away.
Why do they need it back?
Because we have to.
But no. Hit like and subscribe. Ring the bell. Send help.